Zanny with you right now. And I got some good news. Vile and Soho have gotten up and they're coming in to take 5. They got 5 songs in Triple J's Hottest 100 yesterday, including this one, which came in at number 14. Luke and James joining you right after Vice number 14 in yesterday's Hottest 100 countdown, as voted by you. It's Vile and Soho with Viceroy. That was just one of 5 songs that made it into the countdown. And I am so cruel that I have told Luke and James from Soho to come in this morning and take 5 with their sickie songs the day after one of the biggest days, I'm sure, of the countdowns for you so far. Good morning, lads.
G'day.
Good morning.
How are you feeling?
Okay.
We made it.
You made
Okay,
it.
then. We made it. We're stoked.
You're well positioned to take 5 with our sickie songs. That's the theme that we've given you, because I know that a lot of people around the country are going to be, taking the long weekend, pretending they're a little bit unwell.
Yeah.
James, you were telling me off air that you've had 3 hours sleep.
Yeah, 3 hours sleep. I only just worked that out when I was getting up to get here and texting Luke. And but yeah, feels good. Luke got me a coffee, so that
good.
was good. Yeah.
That'll be kicking in soon and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
We take care of each other.
Where were you when all these songs came in? I mean, we had at number 92, How to Taste, then number 73, No Shade, So Sentimental at 69, 53 was Blanket, and then 14, Viceroy. Did you hear all of those come in as they were coming in on the Hottest 100?
Everyone, I think, apart from Viceroy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was at June Rats, so I was front row at Laneway.
Oh, yeah, of course.
To watch June Rats. But I was in a Uber when How to Taste came on my way to Laneway by myself, and the guy was saying how good the song was. And I was like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry, but I got to tell you, because I got no one to share this with. I'm in the band. This is our 3rd song ever in the Hottest 100. So that's where I was for that. That was fun.
I got a text from that Uber driver. He texted in and said that he just dropped you off at Laneway and he was stoked to have you in the car.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No way. That's awesome. Yeah,
I
good.
also heard a tale that you were climbing over some sort of fence towards patients from the Greats and Mel Buttle when another one came in and interrupting their podcast. What was going on with that?
That did happen.
I think we had
I've got eyes everywhere.
No Shade and So Sentimental came in while we were just giving away vinyl and stuff. It was cool.
Yeah, for the thing. It was definitely No Shade, which is
No Shade, yeah.
That was and they were saying how they were predicting we were going to get 5 songs in, and I was like, well, I only voted for 4 myself of ours. So I don't even think it was possible. And then we got in 5, so that was awesome. It was a real good day.
Yeah, well, a massive congratulations and well deserved. Waco was the album that also Triple J listeners voted as their number 1 song in the 2016 album poll. How's it been for you guys? It feels like 2016 was a good year. You seem to, be playing, bigger and bigger venues, and just so much love going on for Soho.
It's been a very big and busy year, and it's awesome. It just doesn't end. I just keep wondering when the album cycle's going to end, but it just keeps going.
Yeah, it's
to the point where we're doing Triple J interviews the day after Laneway. But yeah.
It has been a trip, 2016. Yeah, and when we talk about things, it feels like a lifetime ago, and it was this year, it was last year, so.
Yeah, our first touring off Waco, besides Little Like So the year before, was actually Laneway. That's when we kind of kicked everything off.
All right.
A year ago. So it's crazy. It feels like 8 years in one.
Well, our first time ever playing Viceroy live was live on Triple J in Adelaide last year at Laneway.
Amazing.
And we're just laughing about because James had to learn the chords 10 minutes before we went on. Because I was going through a part and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm getting ready. We're about to be on Triple J. He's like, I better do that. Hey, I'll go my guitar.
Highly professional.
Yeah, so it's been been quite the year, and it's so weird. I don't know the other venues necessarily that well, but in Brisbane, we started the tour, for Like Soda, when that came out at the Zoo in Brisbane, and then the last show was at the River Stage. So it's a difference of 7,200 people or 7,600 people in that year from shows. So it's been unreal. The support, we just blown away, as I'm sure you can imagine. It's
Absolutely.
crazy.
Well,
we feel like a footy team. Yeah.
There's a lot of MVPs in Violent Soho, and it's testament to the great live show that you guys put on as well that those crowds have grown. 5 songs in the Hottest 100 today, though we're playing 5 songs of other people. Sickie songs was the theme that I gave you. I knew you'd do well, but quite frankly, you've knocked it out of the park. So let's just get into it, shall we? And kick on with the first choice. We've got Luke and James here on this Friday morning, the day after the Hottest 100, taking 5 with their Sickie songs. Where are we going to begin? Midnight Oil, shall we?
Definitely Midnight Oil. What a way to start.
Now, tell me first why you chose this song. And you asked me to get a little bit of audio.
Yeah, definitely.
And I have that audio if you want me to play it. So just tell me when you want me to fire it off.
Start right now. Okay. Play the audio right now.
I tell you what, any boss who sacks anyone for not turning up to die is a bum.
And of course, he's the legendary Bob Hawke.
I love what a legend.
That's unreal.
So that I just think in that one moment that defined the Australian Sickie Day. That's it. The Prime Minister hopped up and said, any boss who sacks anyone for not turning up to work today is a bum. So I just can't believe. As soon as you sent through the Sickie theme, that's the first thing I thought of, because when American band, when we meet bands from overseas and stuff and we get talking about whatever, I always tell them that story and they don't believe me. So I always have to pull up the video and show them and they can't believe. And they're sitting there going, and you're judging us on Trump.
Yeah. It was another time, wasn't it? Year was 1983 as well, and you've kind of tied in the music as well from that year to the wonderful Bob Hawke giving that infamous catchphrase.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it was a really rad year of music. So just having Australian Cruel, the vinyls. Yeah, it's really good. That early 80s period, there's just a lot of awesome
It's
music
the year I'm born.
And there you go. James Tidswell was born.
Powerful. So, yeah. Very powerful year for rock and roll across the board.
I love the album name too. I have to say, Power and the Passion from the album 109876543321.
It's so good.
It's such a good album name.
Why don't we play the song?
Definitely.
Violent Soho taking 5. This is their first choice. We're talking Sickie songs. Triple J. You're on Triple J, Midnight Oil. Kicked us off with Power and the Passion, and right there, Less Than Jake, Automatic. The guys taking over the radio are Violent Soho on minimal sleep, but still rolling into work. Ironically, to play Sickie songs for everybody who decided to take the day off. They did have a very big day yesterday at Lameway Festival and also celebrating 5 entries into Triple J's Hottest 100. But Luke and James are backing it up, keeping their commitment to me to take 5, and I thank you, and programming Sickie songs for the rest of the nation. Tell us about that song. Short, sharp, very horny in the best of ways.
I just saying to Luke, I'd never even think about trumpets and music, and the first 2 songs we've had have got all this trumpets. In it. Yeah, I was like, I don't even like trumpets, but when you sent through the idea of Sickie songs, I was like, oh man, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I wasn't really thinking about it. And then I hopped in the car with 2 CDs, and it's literally the 2 songs I've picked and the 2 stories are off the first 2 albums I listened to after you told me. So I could go on forever when it has to do with Sickies. But
you're a professional when it comes to Sickies.
A real Australian. And oh man, this one. So like I think I had 57 sick days in the school year.
One school year
in year 10. And I got pulled into the principal's office and my parents got called in. They're like, look, literally, I was in year 10. Year 9 going into year 10. They're like, honestly, for James to graduate, he can't have another, he's got 1 day off. And if he does and he doesn't, qualify for going to school enough to even get through the year. So my mum said she wanted to, give me an incentive. So
poor Mrs. Tidswell.
She's a ledge too. And she was like, if you don't get any detentions and, or suspended this week, I'll buy you a CD at on the Friday.
That's good incentive. CDs are expensive. They were like $29.95.
They were.
Back in the day.
HMV brushes.
Especially for one like this. This was like an import. And so on the on the Friday, we and this is like pre-Hello Rockview. I haven't even gone to my first concert yet, which was this band in the January, actually, at Van's Warped Tour at Southport on the Gold Coast, which she dropped me at too. But so anyway, Less Than Jake, Hello Rockview, and so we went to Sanity at Garden City to grab it, but because it was an import, they didn't have it. I was devastated. So Mum called around and found Rocking Horse in the city had it, and it was open on Sunday, and we couldn't go on the that afternoon on Friday, obviously, or on the Saturday for some reason. But we went on Sunday, picked it up. And on Monday, I wagged school and listened to the album the whole day. Burnt my last sick day on that album.
Oh my God.
That is
Your
so
poor
cruel.
mum.
Yeah, she's awesome.
If you ever met her, she's the loveliest person ever.
Well, she raised you, and you're not too bad, so I'm sure that you had a very good mum. But did you graduate? All importantly, did you graduate year 9?
I did. I made it through to year 10, and I saw Less Than Jake at Van's Warped Tour in the summer leading up.
Amazing. This is a man who knows how to chuck a sickie. James, joined by Luke as well from Violet Soho. We're talking about their sickie songs. A lot of people texting in as well with their love for Violet Soho. You heard it yesterday when they got 5 songs in the hottest 100. But Joey sending his love, saying Soho at Lawn Falls was the best set I've ever seen, and I'm a seasoned veteran. No gimmicks, and they just had the hill rocking like crazy. It reminds me of when I saw you guys last, which was over New Year's at the Marion Bay Falls Festival in Tassie. Now, you brought in the new year, and Luke, you decided to first crowdsource a shoe. It was a very muddy few days leading up to Falls. So anyone who was at the Falls Festival in Marion Bay knows that those shoes were pretty muddy, and anyone who'd been wearing them for 3 days would have probably not wanted to drink out of them. But you got several shoes thrown at you and then did a shoey. I heard that the next day you got sick from that. Is that true?
Oh, yuck.
It was just, I had to just take food a bit slowly. I remember when all the shoes got thrown up and I was looking around, I was like, all right, pick the cleanest one. It's like, there it is. And then I pick it up and I looked at it and I said, this is the cleanest one. And I'll never ever forget Luke Henry's face, bass player on my left. I look over and he goes, look at mine. And it was, James is vomiting.
Stop it.
He goes,
It's so gross. It's so gross.
I drank it. But yeah, it was, I remember looking at the clock and got 3 minutes and we're trying everything. Tidswell's down there throwing beers out, we're cooking footies, we're trying everything. I was like, we've still got 2 minutes. And it's like,
you're filling time.
I have to do it. I have to do this. This is my moment. Shuck up some shoes.
Oh, no.
It was Henry. I remember Henry's, and this I'll try and make James vomit now. When I looked over at Henry's shoe, the one he picked up, it was, oh man, it's hard to speak. He had crusted mud on the side, and there was steam. It was, and Henry's face, and he did it with, I couldn't believe it. It was, but it was awesome, and the beer tasted good. I don't know. It was, I don't know if it, I think there's some chemistry, and I think the beer did not taste. I just don't think the sediment of the mud got in.
God.
Hey, this is what I have to tell myself every morning. This is what I believe. I believe the beer.
Was that your first ever shoey?
Yeah,
surely. I've known you my whole
this.
life. Yeah. When he said he was going to do it,
man,
I
it's
looked
so
over.
funny.
I've only ever heard Luke say one thing on stage more shocking that I'm not going to say it because it was insane, but when I heard him say chuck up a shoe and that, I looked over in absolute disbelief. I've known him my whole life. I was like, what are you doing to, I've never done a shoey. The whole crowd started chanting at me and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I couldn't believe Luke took one for the team that hard. No way.
You know how to ring in the new year, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The crowd loved it.
If there ever was time to do one, that was it.
And that'll probably be the last time you do a shoey as well, I'm imagining. So
my stomach will take.
Wake up every morning remembering that moment. Taking it for the team, Luke and James from Violet Soho are taking 5 with their sickie songs. They've had 3 hours sleep, but they're still backing up with a whole bunch of music for you today. And we're going to go back into your sickie songs now and another great story. Is this another one of yours, James?
Nah, this is Boredom's, and it's
all right.
So it's real. Man, this is when I knew he was my hero. Like, this is, stop it.
The song is Get Free from Vines, or The Vines.
Yeah.
Tell us about the story. How are we talking about sickies in relation to this?
So I wanted to go to Big Day Out 2003. And it's on the same day I usually worked. And I just got out of high school. And my parents weren't keen on me spending money and stuff going to these rock festivals. And so I didn't tell them that I chucked a sickie. They just thought I was going to go to work that morning. And it was pretty, a bit of a strict house. And so I'm there, I'm eating my cereal in the morning. I got my whole plan worked out. I'm just going to sneak out. They think I'm going to work, but I'm actually, getting on a bus and catching a train down to the Gold Coast to Big Day Out.
Yep.
I'm like, I got it sorted. This is going to be the best day ever. Oh my gosh. And then my older brother walks in with my parents there and he just goes, "You're going to Big Day Out today, right?"
Oh,
And I was like, "You idiot."
what a stitch up.
And my parents were like, "What's that? What are you talking about? Who's spending for that?" They just blew up. And they're just thinking is that, they got pictures of Ozzy Osbourne eating a bat's head in their brain, just going, "What?" So they freak out and start drinking. "Why are you spending your money on that? You can't do that, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, oh. And I got so frustrated because I was going. There was no one was going to stop me. Foo Fighters, Queens of Stone Age. It was an epic lineup.
Yeah.
And then we had this huge fight. Absolutely massive. And I just remember swearing my head off. And I had my cornflakes. my cornflakes. And I said a few swear words and said, "Go, stuff yourself." And I actually pegged this cereal bowl straight out the deck of our patio, and it just hit the tree and exploded over the backyard. And I literally said, more swear words and grabbed my backpack. Didn't even pack, just had what I was wearing on and just left. And I was on the train going, "Oh my gosh." What have I done? I was like, "Stuff it." And it was the best way to run into a mosh pit and see Mel and Con just like, "I'm free. This is my destiny." It was amazing. And luckily, I actually ran into Mikey. We had a really good day that day. But the Vines, You and I mean, it's just still one of my favorite festival memories. It was Big Day Out in their prime. And, what a festival. And, and I remember running in to the Vines mosh pit, and it was still one of the most memorable gigs. And Get Free was just amazing that day.
The ultimate teenage
for me,
rebellion.
as you can imagine, the words "Get Free" for me in that moment were pretty monumental.
Oh, man. And Craig Nichols couldn't even play it.
Yeah.
Let's take you back to that moment from throwing a cereal box towards a tree to getting free. It's the Vines, Violent Soho taking 5 with their sickie songs here on Triple J. On Triple J, it's Mill and Colin, 22 Vines and Get Free just before it. And before we jump into the reasons behind the choosing of that song, Zan here with you. We've got Violent Soho taking 5. I want to share with you, Luke and James, some of the great texts that are coming in. This is the greatest convo ever, says someone. Soho are getting me through my post-Australia Day hangover, raging to all their entries yesterday. Legends. Katie in Sydney saying, "This is the best take 5 ever of all time." And Lauren is saying that she's loving the music, but thank God the songs are short so we can wet ourselves with laughter at their antics instead. I knew that giving you the theme sickie songs would go down a treat and you'd do us proud. We've got Luke and James telling us some of their sickie tales. And where does that one take you back to? Mill and Collins 22. Whose story is this?
Oh, it's mine.
All right. Here we go.
So the next year after I got through to year 10.
So James has graduated year 9 after taking 56 sick days in 1 year, one school year.
Yeah.
And you've gone through to year 10.
I don't even know exactly how to explain this, but I'm not really into sports carnivals.
Surprise.
Like, the whole sprinting 100 metres for absolutely no reason without a ball is insane to me. But
but once you got a ball, it's heaps of reasons.
at least you got a reason to get there. People are running after you.
So what if there was a ball at the end and you run towards the ball? Would that?
Oh, Luke's inventing a game. Maybe, but it was a sports carnival day, and the whole school was descending like down the throughout the school to the oval, and we it's at Christian Outreach College on Wecker Road in Mansfield, and the school what are they called? Oh, teachers. They No, but like they got the teacher's office or whatever. Teachers something. But there's a car
Teacher's
park.
lounge.
Yeah, and there's a car park where they sort of come to work and park their cars. And we're walking past it, and a cab pulls up, and a teacher hopped out of the cab and walked off. And I just saw an opportunity and took it and opened the door and said to my two mates, "Just get in."
What?
And and like there's all the kids are around. And I'm like, get in, and we jumped in the cab, and I was like to the cabbie, "Can you take us to the to Carindale shopping centre?" And he's like, "Yeah, righto." So
we went along,
and he's like, "Yeah, get down." So
Oh my God, he was complicit.
and this is before Uber.
yeah. We're sitting on the floor of the cab, like ducked down, and I never forget driving out of school how good the feeling was, looking up through the window, seeing everyone walking to the sports carnival and thinking like suckers, and he was saying, "Stay down," and then as we went left down Wecker Road and crossed the bridge, he goes, "All right, you're right," and so we sat up and went to Carindale shopping centre.
He hung out at the mall.
Catch a movie.
And at these days, HMV and like they wrap their CDs in plastic, and I don't know if I should really say this, but
I'm worried where you're heading with this. Is it going to incriminate you?
well, I'm happy to pay for it now.
Decade later.
But HMV doesn't even exist. But yeah, so anyway, I went there and worked out how to open the plastic, and the CD I stole was Millencolin, Four Monkeys. And yeah, they hadn't released Pennybridge Funniest.
How'd you listen to it? Or did you just
No, I
steal
had a
it?
Discman. Oh, mate. I had a Discman. I swapped it for a surfboard from a guy from Fiji. Yeah.
I'm learning so much this morning.
And it was a waterproof one too. It was insane. I couldn't believe I got it. And he wanted my surfboard, but I had a couple.
Why
And,
would you want to take a Discman into a body of water?
I don't know. Yeah, but it was waterproof. I was stoked. 20-second shock delay or something. It was unreal. Yellow. And anyway, so the CD I stole was Four Monkeys by Millencolin. And I never forget, now it seems weird to me because I never forget this song. And the reason why I chose this one out of because Lose and Must is probably my favourite song from that album. But 22, I remember thinking at 15 years old, because he's saying, 22, don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life, basically. So far away from all my dreams. And I remember thinking at 15, like, imagine being 22 and not having your life together. And now I'm 34 doing what he was doing at 22, and I'm stoked, mate. I'm bloody stoked.
James and Luke are with you on this Friday morning, taking 5 with their sickie songs. Oh, man, there's people pulling over their cars because they're laughing so hard and they're worried they might crash. 0439757555. If you're one of those people, do text once you've pulled over. You guys just knocked it out of the park this morning, knocked it out of the park yesterday. Congratulations once again for 5 songs, the record for the 2016 Hottest 100 by one artist or band. You got 5 in with Soho and Viceroy, the highest placing as well that you've had with number 14 in Triple J's Hottest 100 of this year. It's so good and such a great record, Waco. You had, as again, we've been talking about it, such a massive year last year, played some huge shows. It's the start of a new year, 2017. Are there any plans? Are you going to chill for a bit? What lies ahead for Violent Soho this year?
Writing.
Great.
I'm gonna go home, pick up my guitar.
Today.
And I'm going to, and I'll...
On 3 hours
I'll
sleep
play
and see what happens.
Yeah. And just go, maybe some inspiration will strike. Nah, put it down, go to sleep. Just doing some writing and, maybe some more touring later in the year. We'll see how we go. But for now, we're taking it easy. And it was really good going to Langway yesterday and just being able to have beers and hang out with mates and not have to stress about getting a plane 6 a.m. and stuff. So
Totally.
some more relaxed time will be good for the next few months. And,
Be punters.
Yeah. I made a commitment that I'm going to skateboard every single day this year.
Because he won't have me. I remember James, when we did River Stage, James pulled his skateboard up after getting off the 180 bus. He was skating around and I was with the Bronx guys. I'm just going, get off that skateboard. Off. You break your hand. You can't skate anymore. You're too old. Because I was thinking, man, if you break your hand, I am not covering all the part. I can't. And I don't know who to teach.
But you're going to do it, James. You're going to see it every day this year.
Every day I'm making a commitment. Today's going to be the hardest one, I reckon.
Maybe wear some knee pads and a helmet today just to make sure everything's okay. I'm going to let you guys go because I feel like you've totally brought it, but I also feel kind of like I'm torturing you because you have had 3 hours sleep. Obviously, yesterday was a huge celebration for Violent Soho. Thank you so much for coming in today and backing up after a massive day with Taking 5 and playing DJ with your sickie songs. I got one more song as well, and we're finishing with some Brizzy mates of yours, The Greats. Trampoline is the final song. Whose story is this? Why did you choose it?
Well, it's sort of both ours, but it's literally the first 3 sort of things that just sort of came to our minds, and we couldn't sort of choose just Blink songs from Dude Ranch. But have it next Take 5.
Can we do Blink 182?
Yeah.
Take 5.
A band-specific Take 5.
Yeah. We could do an album specific, and you just play the first 5 tracks if you want. We got stories about all that.
I bet you do.
Excuse me, sorry. But this was our first ever tour, like outside of Brisbane, and the Greats, good mates of ours, unreal band. We looked up to them and everything. And our very first show in Sydney was at the Enmore Theatre. It took us 12 years to get back there and play it again. We took it so for granted. And, well, not for granted. We just didn't, I don't know, have a clue. But by this stage, we had grown up, and I had a job. And I had a company car, and this is the easiest way to explain. I had a company car, and I called in sick for every single day of the tour, and I took.
Did you do it every day, like every morning? You're like, I'm still feeling unwell.
Yeah, I remember Mike used to do that as well. I remember Mikey would pick up the phone and because we'd be sleeping on people's floors, and Mike would be in the corner at 7 a.m. going, "Yeah, not feeling too good, man." All right.
And we're all like, be quiet. He's doing it. He's making the call. He's making the call. Shh. Yeah. Are you good? Yeah, all right. My turn. All right, I'm calling my boss. And so I took the company car and the company fuel card around Australia for our first
fuel card as well?
Yeah, company fuel card, and then
that was psycho.
Came back.
In hindsight, psycho.
Successful tour. And then quit my job and did the band full time.
You were kind of funded by that job.
We were so clueless about touring, though. What was so funny was I remember we printed out Google Maps, and we didn't print out the map, though. We just printed out the directions. And we were so stupid to think for 11 hours straight we could possibly follow turn left at exit 35. So we got lost, completely lost. You guys got lost. We're driving to Canberra.
We're 13 hours into the drive, reading off Google Maps. Didn't book any accommodation, so I had no actual plan. I'm not going to say exactly everything that took place 13 hours in, but we got hell lost and had no accommodation. But we made the show, and thank you so much to ADT Security for paying for the first Violent Soho tour.
Amazing. And you hear all those years later, you are playing venues way bigger than the Enmore. It goes to show that if you stick at something and you play a bloody good live show, then you can make it. You don't need to have sickie days anymore because you're a band. You can just sleep in and get up at 5 o'clock and play.
It's that easy.
Luke and James, people are calling this the greatest of all time, Take 5. Someone has just been ordered off their work site because they had the radio on and their boss told them to shut up. And he said to go off site and not call in next week. So someone's been fired for.
What a quote Bob Hawke.
What a bum.
How dare he?
I think he did quote Bob Hawke to him, and that's what made him say.
Whoops. Okay, sorry. Take that back. Sorry, man. Sorry, dude. That sucks.
But thank you so much. I know a lot of people are feeling a bit dusty today after a big Hottest 100 celebration, and you have made a lot of people smile today. Luke and James, cheers for today's Take 5. Well done on the Hottest 100.
Thanks, Zan.
And
Thank you.
I love you so much. Thank you.
Oh, we love you.
We love you.
Thank you, Zan.
This is The Greats, their final song, Trampoline on Triple J.